Back in the 90s, there were no two video game characters quite like Sonic and Mario. They were juggernauts, legends, rivals, both seemingly unstoppable. When it came to video games anyway, because with the rise of these popular video game franchises and characters of the 90s came the swarm of dreadful live-action movie adaptations. Everything from Street Fighter to Wing Commander was having these unfaithful, mind-bogglingly awful films churned out by Hollywood, and of course it was all started by the 1993 dumpster fire that was the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And can I just say for the record, I fucking love this movie. It's just so batshit insane, I can't help but have a blast watching it. And if you have any free time, I would definitely suggest looking up some of the behind the scenes stories about this film. There was some wacky stuff going on during the production of this movie, believe me. But yeah, despite it being bloody awful, Super Mario got his big screen debut in 1993. But when was it Sonic's time to shine? Well, of course, we know now that the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise wouldn't see a live-action adaptation for another 2 decades, with the release of the Sonic movie back in February of this year. However, there were plans for Sonic's movie debut all the way back in 1996, with the early production of a film only known as Sonic the Hedgehog Wonders of the World. Sonic the Hedgehog Wonders of the World started production sometime in 1996 and was planned to be a tie-in with the also cancelled Sonic X-Treme video game that was in development at the time, with the movie's plot kicking off with a 12-year-old boy called Josh plugging his Sega Saturn into an AI computer his dad had built and having Sonic and Dr. Robotnik jump out of the TV from Sonic X-Treme and into the real world. Not only does this sound like early 2000s fanfiction, but we have a double whammy here when it comes to lost media, with this piece of lost media originally supposed to tie in with another piece of lost media. Are there any other examples of 2 pieces of lost media being connected like this? Let me know in the comments because this seems really unique. Anyway, not long into the movie, Sonic would realise that the longer he spends in the real world, the weaker he would become, leading him to team up with 12-year-old Josh to find all 7 Chaos Emeralds and send him back home. Apart from the whole Sonic slowly getting weaker and weaker aspect and him coming out of the TV, this is literally the plot to the 2003 anime Sonic X, where Sonic was sent into the human world and he had to join forces with a young boy to find the Chaos Emeralds so that he could go back home. It's pretty much the same story. Robotnik is also out to get the Chaos Emeralds in this movie, for generic I'm gonna take over the world type reasons, and he sets up base in an old abandoned amusement park called Botnikland. This is interesting because years later in video games such as 1998's Sonic Adventure, Robotnik would talk about creating an amusement park, similarly titled Robotnikland. Also in this movie, he's roboticizing small children to use in his robot child army, whose primary goal is to find the Chaos Emeralds. I shit you not, Robotnik has a child slave army in this movie. Read the story treatments linked in the description if you don't believe me. Robotnik uses the AI computer that Josh's dad built at the beginning of the movie to build a VR roller coaster and reopen the abandoned Botnikland. But whatever children get onto the roller coaster are turned into robotic slaves to join Robotnik's army. Robotnik also wants to use the AI computer to digitize the wonders of the world, such as Mount Everest and the Amazon rainforest, likely with the intent of adding them to the virtual Sonic X-Treme world somehow. This is of course where the movie gets its title, Sonic the Hedgehog Wonders of the World. The movie ends with Josh and Sonic luring Robotnik back into Sonic X-Treme for one final showdown, where Josh realizes he has to leave Sonic forever, with them both separating and staying in their own worlds for good, as the machine that brought them together is too dangerous to be ever used again. Which, again, I'm pretty sure is the exact same as the ending to Sonic X Season 2. We'll have to get that anime versus Netflix adaptation meme on these two. Sega had signed a deal with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and Trilogy Entertainment to create the film during the early 90s when Sonic was at the peak of his popularity. But MGM and Sega just couldn't come to any agreements on a corporate level, and later in 1997, Sonic X-Treme, the game that was meant to tie in with the movie and was a major plot element, was scrapped, acting as one final nail in the movie's coffin. As I mentioned previously, some of the movie's aspects have striking similarities to things from the Sonic X anime and Sonic Adventure video game, with the whole aspect of Sonic being brought into the real world and teaming up with a small child to find the Chaos Emeralds being used in Sonic X, and the whole idea of Botnik Land being renamed to Robotnik Land and being used in Sonic Adventure, and again later in Sonic Unleashed. Do you guys think these were merely coincidences, or do you think Sega was actually inspired by the plot of this cancelled film and included elements from it in their later projects? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, of course, let me know if you think this movie would have been good, because personally, I think it would have followed in the footsteps of the other 90s video game adaptations and would have been bloody awful. Heck, I think the 2020 Sonic movie is only average at best. Not awful, but not exactly amazing like some people seem to think. And look at it this way, if they could make that awful original Sonic movie design in 2019, imagine what they would have come up with in 1996. Just even thinking about that reminds me of that awful CGI Sonic McDonald's advert from Pakistan. You know the one.
Cream puff flower catch. Shadow basketball. Knuckles baseball.
Ugh, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna head out of here before I get night terrors. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, be sure to check out my Lost Media playlist covering all sorts of lost video games, movies, and other media mysteries. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I've been Cheesy Boy, and thank you for watching. Peace.